Overview of the City Charter election. In 2017, the Mesquite City Council approved a review of the City Charter. The City Charter is the governing document of the City of Mesquite. As part of the review process, the City Council created a Charter Review Committee. The committee held a series of public input meetings. For more information on the City Charter Review process and the Charter Review Committee report, please visit cityofmesquite.com/City Charter. Based on the results of the review, the City Council voted to place proposed changes to the City Charter before the voters. For information on the Charter election, voting dates, voting locations, and more, please visit cityofmesquite.com/Charter election. Early voting, April 23rd through May 1st. Election Day, May 5th. Proposition A, establishing a maximum number of terms for City Council members and the Mayor. Currently, members of the City Council, including the Mayor, can serve an unlimited number of 2-year terms. Proposed change. A City Council member would be limited to 4 consecutive 2-year terms without taking a 2-year break in service. The Mayor would be limited to 4 consecutive 2-year terms without taking a 2-year break in service. No person could serve as a City Council member and as Mayor for more than 8 consecutive 2-year terms without taking a 2-year break in service. These new term limit rules would apply to existing members of the City Council, including the Mayor. Fiscal impact. No fiscal impact is anticipated if this proposed amendment is approved at the election. Proposition B, City Council structure. Currently, the City Council has 7 members, with 4 who represent specific geographic districts and 3 others, including the Mayor, who represent the entire city. All members of the City Council, including the Mayor, are voted on at large by all voters in the city, regardless of where those voters reside within the city. City district boundaries are reviewed and adjusted if needed every 3 years. Proposed change. 6 geographical areas or districts would be created with 1 City Council member representing each district. Only voters residing within a specific district would vote for the City Council member representing that district. Council members representing a district would be required to reside in that district. The Mayor would represent the entire city and would be elected by all voters in the city. District boundaries would be reviewed every 10 years and, based on the results of the U.S. Census, revised if needed. Fiscal impact. If this proposed amendment is approved at the election, there would be an estimated cost of $50,000 to $75,000 in fiscal year 2019 to redraw council district boundaries. In addition, there may be an additional cost of $25,000 to $50,000 if the districts need to be redrawn with any successive decennial census. Proposition C, date of City Council election. Currently, city elections are held in May of each year, and City Council members and the Mayor serve staggered terms. Place numbers 1, 2, 6, and the Mayor are elected in odd number years. Place numbers 3, 4, and 5 are elected in even number years. Proposed change. City elections would be held in November of odd number years, and all members of the City Council, including the Mayor, would be elected in the same year. Fiscal impact. No fiscal impact is anticipated if this proposed amendment is approved at the election. Proposition D, minimum staffing level in Police Department. Currently, the City of Mesquite is required to staff a minimum of 1.5 police officers for every 1,000 residents of the city. Proposed change. The City of Mesquite would be required to staff a minimum of 1.6 police officers for every 1,000 residents of the city. Fiscal impact. There is no immediate fiscal impact if this proposed amendment is approved at the election. However, based on current staffing levels and population projections, the proposed staffing requirement would begin to impact the city's operating budget in 2023, 6 years earlier than the current charter requirement of 1.5, and could cost an estimated $3 million by the year 2040. Proposition E, establishing a city attorney's office. Currently, while the City Code establishes a city attorney's office, there is no such provision in the city charter. Other officers appointed by the City Council are established by the City Charter. In addition, there is no provision recognizing that the city attorney supervises and controls assistant city attorneys. Proposed change. The office of the city attorney would be established by the city charter. The amendment would provide that the city attorney supervises and controls assistant city attorneys. Fiscal impact. No fiscal impact is anticipated if this proposed amendment is approved at the election. Proposition F. Deletion of the one-year contract period limitation. Currently, the charter limits contracts for goods, materials, services, or supplies to 1 year. Proposed change. The charter would not limit contracts for goods, materials, services, or supplies to 1 year, allowing multi-year contracts for goods, materials, services, and supplies. Fiscal impact. No fiscal impact is anticipated if this proposed amendment is approved at the election. Proposition G. Amendments to conform to actual current practices. Currently, language in one provision of the Charter creates a potential internal conflict, while other language was created under state law that has changed. Current practices have been established to reconcile the conflict and to update practices in accordance with amended state law. The provisions in the Charter addressed by this proposition include the following: City Council voting and meeting requirements, municipal court name, jurisdiction, fines, and authorized officiants, and the appointment requirements related to service on the city's personnel board. Proposed change. The Charter would be amended to conform to current practices for the following: City Council voting and meeting requirements, municipal court name, jurisdiction, fines, and authorized officiants, and the appointment requirements related to service on the city's personnel board. Fiscal impact. No fiscal impact is anticipated if this proposed amendment is approved at the election. Proposition H. Technical amendments to conform to state law and city code, to correct terms, to correct spelling, to clarify language, to provide gender-neutral references, and to make other technical amendments. Currently, the city charter contains language that refers to outdated state law and contains incorrect terms, misspellings, outdated or obsolete references, gender-specific terminology, and technical errors. Proposed change. References to outdated state law, language containing incorrect terms, misspellings, outdated or obsolete references, gender-specific terminology, and technical errors would be updated or corrected. Fiscal impact. No fiscal impact is anticipated if this proposed amendment is approved at the election. The notice of election will be available on April 12th at cityofmesquite.com/charter election, which will include the proposed text changes to the city charter.